This revenge story is a masterpiece. This woman's husband left her for his mistress, and now that mistress pays her mortgage every single month. And the craziest part? She thinks she won. I'll unpack what actually matters in this situation at the end. So this woman had been married to her husband Mark for 10 years. From the outside, they looked like one of those couples who had everything figured out. They built a beautiful dream house together, hosted dinner parties for friends, went on vacation constantly, and had the kind of social media presence that makes everyone else slightly jealous. So she genuinely trusted him. Because when everything is good, you don't expect someone to step out of the relationship. But one evening, Mark sat her down and calmly told her that he was in love with someone else. No fight. He didn't seem to feel guilty at all. No emotional breakdown. He actually seemed relieved saying it. That same night, Mark packed a bag and walked out of the house they had built together, like the last 10 years meant absolutely nothing to him. Which honestly is what it would have felt like. Like, how can you just walk away from 10 years, a whole life together, without ever saying a word, without once giving the impression that he wasn't happy? Have you ever been sidelined like that? Let us know in the comments what happened with you. But in this situation, somehow the mistress made the whole thing even more humiliating. Because a few days later, the wife got a message request from the other woman, Tiffany. And Tiffany clearly wanted her to know this wasn't a sudden romance. She admitted the affair had been going on for almost the last year, called herself Mark's fresh start, and basically acted like the wife should gracefully step aside and let them be happy together. Imagine destroying someone's marriage and then messaging them like you just won a competition or something. And for a while, the wife completely fell apart. I think anyone would in that situation. Meanwhile, Mark and Tiffany immediately started showing off their relationship online. Dinner dates, sickening selfies, even photos from open homes, because apparently they were already planning their perfect future together. There was just one problem: the house. You see, years earlier, the wife had insisted on a very detailed prenup. At the time, Mark apparently thought it was unnecessary. Now it became the biggest problem in his entire life, because legally, the house belonged to her, but they were both liable for the mortgage, and Mark desperately wanted his name off it. The issue was, no bank would refinance him with Tiffany because financially they weren't exactly stable. So suddenly, this amazing new relationship was stuck connected to his ex-wife. And this is where the wife stopped being emotional and started being smart. After getting some solid legal advice, she called Mark with what sounded like a surprisingly peaceful solution. She told him he wasn't emotionally ready to sell the house yet because of all the memories attached to it. But then she offered him something he would never have accepted. She suggested he and Tiffany move into the house temporarily and rent it from her. And Mark absolutely loved the idea. From their perspective, his ex-wife had finally accepted defeat. Now he gets the new girlfriend, the dream house, and a smooth divorce process without a massive fight. Tiffany was apparently even more excited. She loved the idea of officially moving into the house because in her mind, it symbolized replacing the wife completely. So, they signed the rental agreement immediately. A very specific rental agreement. Pretty much bulletproof and set for 2 years. And the rent amount was set to match exactly the monthly cost of mortgage, taxes, and insurance combined, right down to the dollar. And Tiffany, she insisted her name go on the lease as the primary tenant. She wanting to fully establish herself as the new woman of the house, which means every single month, Tiffany personally transfers money covering her boyfriend's ex-wife's mortgage payment, which is a bit weird. Why would you want a monthly reminder of your boyfriend's ex-wife? Unless you thought you were rubbing her nose in it. Meanwhile, The ex-wife just moved into a beautiful downtown apartment and got her freedom back. She just quietly stepped away while the woman who helped destroy her marriage started paying off her largest asset for her, all while thinking that she'd won. And apparently that's how Tiffany acts, posting photos online, backyard barbecues, holiday decorations, cute little family moments in the ex-wife's house. But according to mutual friends, the financial pressure was already destroying their relationship because paying someone else's mortgage every month becomes a lot less romantic over time. And Tiffany's reportedly stressed about money constantly now. And Mark, he hates the constant reminder and having to send monthly payments to his ex-wife just to have a roof over his head. I think that's what makes this revenge story so satisfying. Because in situations like this, there's usually an element of denial, resentment against the affair partner, fighting to keep what's already lost. But she didn't go down that path. She never fought the mistress for the husband. She never tried to win him back, and she never publicly embarrassed herself. Instead, she stayed calm, let him live the life that he wanted, and turned their relationship into a financial burden that would eventually eat them from the inside out. All while she was getting ahead. And the mistress thought that she stole this woman's future, but in reality, she freed her from someone that didn't value her and the life they had built. And that's what really matters here. Knowing your worth and not begging someone who clearly doesn't deserve you to stay. I hope that she kicks them out after the 2 years, sells the house for a nice profit, and just moves on without ever looking back. But what would you have done in that situation? Played the long game like she did? Walked away straight away? Or maybe made the fight public and tore them down on social media? Let me know. That was sweet revenge. It always comes back around.